Hey, it's Barb, and last week we talked about that it's getting to be that time of the year when everybody's getting excited about showing. And I know some people don't show, but maybe you're getting excited to ride with your friends on the trail or go to a clinic. And we'll just use the word showing to mean any event that you are with other people and you'd like to be at your best and want your horse to be at his or her best. And so I want to build on last week's video just a little bit by showing you three things, or telling you about three things. The first is I'm going to show you an exercise that I use to know when my horse is ready to go show. Now, I know that not all disciplines are the same. Speed events, a little more juice than we want in cutting. In cutting, we put our hand down, so our horses have to be not super tired, but they need to certainly not be fresh. And whatever we do in whatever discipline, we absolutely want our horses to be attentive and to be responsive to our seat and our legs and our hands. So for what we do, one of the ways that I can tell if a horse is ready is how they respond to my leg cues or my request to go faster. So Nick is super fresh, and see how he kind of went like that. And I've barely ridden him, and earlier he was shaking his head a little bit. I'll show you again. It's a transition to a gait. So, okay, I'm going to ask him for a trot. I'm going to look and ask him for a trot. And it's subtle, but you can see that he's just playful. So now I'm going to lope him a little bit, and I might have to lope him quite a bit, which we won't take all that time on this video. But what I'll know when he's more focused, when he's more with me, that when I ask him for either a transition down or more a transition up, that he stays level in his body. So let me ask him for a little bit faster lope here and see if he moves his head up. No, that was pretty good. And while we know that I've only done a couple of circles on him, the idea is that when you are getting your horse ready, that you can ask them really for anything with your legs or your hands, and that top line stays very level. Let's just try a little trot and see what happens here. Okay, think energy up. Okay, so that's certainly better than it was when I first started. But you get the idea. I don't want to take all the time here to get him where I would ideally. But that attentiveness to you and their responsiveness in a really smooth way is a great way to tell if they're ready. Okay, the second thing that I want to share with you is that this might come as a surprise, but your job with your horse is the same whether you are at home or at a show. And the reason I say that is because, your horse is really guided by you. And while they might feel the energy of a show, you are still helping them with everything that you do. And so, when you know that your job is really the same, like my job is to sit, my job is to use my legs, and my job is to connect to them and see, or connect to Nick and see where he's at, then it takes a lot of the pressure off, because there really is nothing else but me getting myself ready, me getting him ready, and doing our job. Okay, so that's that. The third thing is that I want to tell you about a podcast series that I have beginning this week on Tuesday the 9th, Thursday the 11th, Saturday the 13th, and Monday the 13th. And it's all about showing. And I'm going to talk about your vision of you as a showman or showwoman, your belief in yourself, and then key points about preparation and showing, and then walking into the show pen, what you do before and as you ride, and then last but not least, really what's involved in a really awesome review of your ride so you can keep improving for the next ride. So that's what I have for you. And then save the date, because on the 19th and 20th I have a webinar workshop if you're interested, but more details on that later. So there you go. That's what I have for you. Let me know if you understood the exercise and what you think about it, if it applies to your kind of riding, what you think about your job being the same whether you're at home or at a show. And if you are interested to receive notifications for when I have the podcast ready, which by the way you'll be able to download them and have them forever, just click the button or the link and sign up, and I'll send them to you starting Tuesday morning. Have a great week.